In this video, I'm going to share with you exactly how to build relationships with private funders. We're going to be looking at the key touch points needed and also how to develop a killer 60-second elevator pitch. My name's Liam Ryan. I'm one of the co-founders of Assets for Life. And if you're new to my channel, make sure you smash the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, hit the like button, and stay tuned for more videos. So let's get into this touch point and the 60-second elevator pitch. Touch points. This is fundamental to your investing success in property. So they say that you need somewhere between 3 to 7 touch points before someone will make a decision to invest in you or buy your product or agree with what you are saying. And I know for many of you, I had many touch points with you before you joined the program, before you joined the boot camp or the accelerator, or before you enrolled into the Assets for Life Academy. You know, we spent time together. You initially probably consumed my content online, by videos or my book or my YouTube channel, my Instagram, and all the amazing content that I put out. And through those touch points, you were able to build up a connection with me. And many of you that I met for the first time at maybe on one of my web classes or at one of my events, lots of you have said, Liam, I feel like I've known you for a long time. I feel like we are already good friends and we've got a connection. And that's because I had lots and lots of touch points with you. So let's have a look at the type of touch points that you can go through with your investors. So touch point number 1, this could be at the initial networking event where you meet someone. You shake the hand, you introduce yourself, you've exchanged business cards. That is what we call a touch point. Touch point number 2 is the email and or phone call that you do the following day. It's like, hey John, it's Liam here from Assets for Life. It was great to meet you last night. I'm really looking forward to our coffee on Friday. I just thought I'd give you a little call just to see how you're doing and just really find out a little bit more about where you're at in your property journey ahead of our coffee. Number 3 is the coffee itself. That's the next touch point, yeah? You know, meeting up at a Costa Coffees or a Starbucks, getting to know one another. Normally the coffee meeting's gonna be anywhere from sort of half an hour to 1.5 hours. And that is a great way for you to really get to know that investor. Touch point number 4 could be a lunch. Touch point number 5 is another email and follow-up. Touch point number 6 could be maybe a site visit or go out on some deals. Touch point number 7 could be for dinner. There's many different ways in which these touch points can look. What I like to do is I like to go and hang out with the investors doing something that they really enjoy, yeah? So I like to go clay pigeon shooting, go-karting, spa day, trip into London, just find some common ground. You know, go hit some golf balls, whatever it takes. Get to know these investors, but make sure you're taking the investors on this journey and you're taking them through the touch points. Most people stop at touch point number 1, but most sales are done anywhere from touch point 3 to touch point 7. So if you're not doing the touch points, you're never going to build the relationship, you're never going to get them over the line. Do the touch points, get to know them. This is how you get investors over the line. Top tip for you. At the end of each investor phone call, Zoom, meetup, the most important thing that you need to do is you need to get the next meeting in the diary, and you want to try and get it in as quickly as possible. I had a situation, I was meeting a couple of guys from Leon C, and we were building up a really good relationship, big investors. And at the end of one of my meetings, I forgot to book in the next meeting. I forgot. All right, schoolboy error, okay? I never, ever forget, and I forgot. I couldn't reach them, get hold of them. They're really busy people for 6 weeks. By the time I got hold of them, the interest had gone, the desire level had dropped, and they had gone on to do other things. No longer was I important in their life. So you've got to stay high in their priorities. You've got to be the person that they are thinking of you more than anything else. You've got to keep the desire high. You've got to keep the energy high. You've got to keep them focused on their goals, their wants, their desires. So don't ever, ever, ever forget the touch points. Follow people up, build that connection. You'll raise lots of money. Learning how to create your 60-second elevator pitch. Now I say 60 seconds, it doesn't have to be 60 seconds. It could just be 20, 30 or 40 seconds. But there is a system that I have created. This will really help you. And by having an elevator pitch, it means that in any situation, at any time, with anyone, anywhere in the world, any place, you can very quickly explain who you are, what you do, and you can look to generate what we call a hot lead, a potential prospect that you can then turn into cash. So you're going to want a pen and paper, you're going to want to write this stuff down. The 60 seconds is broken down into 4 elements, okay? 4 elements. Number 1, who you are. Number 2, what you do. Number 3, and this is the most important, how you can help. And number 4 is giving a very strong call to action. So I'm going to do my elevator pitch. I'm going to do 2 elevator pitches. I've got about 6 or 7 up my sleeve, depending on who my audience is. You know, I've got many businesses. I do many things in property. But if I stand up for 30, 40, 50 seconds and explain everything I do, then it's going to be very confusing and I'm not going to generate the leads. So depending on my audience will depend on what elevator pitch I use. And these elevator pitches work really well at networking events. So here we go, right? This elevator pitch I'm going to share with you is focused on raising money. It's tapping into investors that are potentially in the audience. And hey, I can do this elevator pitch at a networking event. I can do it online on a Facebook Live, or I can write it, I can put it out in an email. There's loads of things you can do once you understand who you are, what you do, how you can help, and you can give us a strong call to action. So here goes. Good afternoon, everyone. My name's Liam Ryan. I'm one of the co-founders of Assets for Life. We're a property investment company based in the southeast of the UK, and we focus on single lets, HMOs, land developments, and commercial conversion deals. But what I really love to do is I love to work with investors just like you to help you get a good return on your capital and to help you build a property portfolio that will give you security, freedom, so you can do the things that you want to do when you want to do them. I love business, I love property, I love to work with investors just like you. So if you're in the room now and you want to know how you can build a property portfolio and get your money working for you, I'm going to be at the teas and coffees at the back of the room. Come and say hi and let's have a chat. Thanks very much. Cool, right? Very clear. Who I am, what I do, more importantly, how I can help, and a nice strong to action. Now, I always say at the back of the room or by the teas and coffees, because that's where everyone's going to go in the network break anyway. And I just want to be there ready for them. Yeah. Does that make sense? So even if they haven't come to talk to me, I'm going to make a point of talking to them. Now, I'm going to share with you now a second elevator pitch, which is more aimed at landlords that no longer want to manage their properties. I'm a relocation specialist and I want to access properties from landlords that I can then convert into HMOs or run as serviced accommodation to build my relocations rent-to-rent company. So again, different audience now. I'm at a National Landlord Association meeting. I've been given an opportunity to stand up and do my 30, 40, 50 second elevator pitch. This is something that I would say. And look at the sections, right? Good afternoon, everyone. My name's Liam. I'm from Assets for Life. We're a property relocations company, and we operate up and down the UK, where we work with UK workforces, helping them relocate into affordable accommodation. What I love to do is work with landlords just like you to create a win-win. Maybe you're a tired landlord. Maybe you do not want to manage tenants anymore. Maybe you are looking for guaranteed rent. Maybe you are looking for zero voids. You're looking for a hands-free investment. What I do is that I work with landlords just like you to manage, rent your properties, give you a 5-star service. I pay the rent, and then I use those properties within my relocations company. So if you're a landlord now and you want guaranteed rent, you want no voids, and you want no hassle, then I'm the guy to speak to. I'm gonna be by the teas and coffees in the networking break. Hey, come and say hi, let's have a chat. Good. Something like that, yeah? Now, point to note here, really important. When you are looking for rent-to-rent deals, you do not use the word guaranteed rent with letting agents, okay? Because really, there's no such thing as guaranteed rent, to be fair. What it means is that you're taking on the liability of the rent. You know, what happens if you don't pay it, right? Okay, so never use the word guaranteed rent with agents. When you're speaking to agents, you can say, hey, I will be taking on the property and I will be responsible, me and my company will be responsible for paying the rent to you and / the landlord, okay? So have a crack at creating your own version of the 60-second elevator pitch. And when you find yourself in a situation at a networking event and you get the opportunity to step up, do not stay in your seat. You are machines, you're entrepreneurs, you're business owners. The person that stands up and does their elevator pitch, you are more likely to get the leads, make the connections, do the deals, raise the money. I hope you found this really useful. This has worked for me. It's worked for hundreds and hundreds of my graduates, and it's going to work for you as well. The follow-up is really important. Positioning yourself as the go-to person with private funders. I really hope you've enjoyed this video. I love sharing my content. If I can do it, you can definitely do it. There's nothing special about me, but there's something very special about the system and the process that I've generated to do tens of millions of pounds worth of property deals and raise millions of pounds from joint venture funders. Hey, if you're not yet subscribed to this channel, smash the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, leave me a question or comment below, and I look forward to spending more time with you in the next video.